Today we have an exercise on lesson 1. Here we have some questions on lesson 1, chemical combination. It was about types of bond, types of elements, metals, non-metals, and noble gases, and we will see in the questions many topics about the lesson. Here we will start with complete the following statements. Number 1, the number of known elements up till now is dot elements. The number of known elements here, the question means all elements, metals, non-metals, and noble gases, all elements which are found in air, in soil, in water, all elements. And here the number of known elements up till now is 112. We have 112 elements around us in nature, yes. Number 2, elements are classified according to their dots and electronic structure into metals, dots, and dots. Here you have studied in the lesson that elements are classified according to their properties and electronic structure into metals, non-metals, and noble gases. And here, while we are talking about the questions, I think we can write the answer. Here the number of known elements up till now is 112 elements. Elements are classified according to their properties and electronic distribution. Or electronic structure into metals, non-metals, and noble gases. Here I will mark the answers with red to be clear for everyone. Okay. Structure. Elements are classified according to their properties and the electronic structure into metals, non-metals, and noble gases. Yes. Number 3, metals have less than dots electrons in their outermost shell. Yes, metals have less than 4. As we have studied before, that if you draw the electronic configuration of metals, you will see that all metals end with 1, 2, or 3 electrons in the outermost energy level. Yes, all metals are dots except dots, which is a liquid. As you have studied before, that all metals are solids. So here we will write solids by red, except, yes, mercury, and we can also write the symbol of mercury, which is capital Hg. So here we have the answer will be except mercury, which is a liquid. Yes, all metals are solids except mercury, which is a liquid. Here number 5, dot elements are good conductors for heat and electricity. Of course, the answer will be metals. Metal elements are good conductors for heat and electricity. And we have studied in the properties of metals that metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Atoms of dot tend to lose an electron or more during the chemical reaction. Of course, atoms of metals. Atoms of metals tend to lose an electron or more during the chemical reaction and change into, yes, positive ion. Dots and dots atoms are examples of metal atoms. And here in 7, you can write many examples of metal atoms. There are many answers. I will write sodium, magnesium, and aluminum. And someone maybe write copper, gold. We have many examples. Yes, we have many examples for metal atoms. I will write copper, sodium, and magnesium, and I will change the color to be red. You can also write aluminum, you can also, many examples, mercury, you can also write many examples of metal atoms here in the question. Copper, sodium, magnesium, and magnesium atoms of are examples of metal atoms. 8. The positive ion carries a number of positive charges, the number of given electrons. Of course, when an atom loses one electron or more, it changes into positive ion, and here the number of positive charges will be equal to the number of given electron. So here we will write equal to the number of given electrons. During the chemical reaction, sodium atom Na1123 dot 1 electron and it changes into dot ion. Here we have to draw the electronic configuration of sodium atom, and it will be 2, 8, and 1. So if you draw the electronic configuration of sodium atom, you will see that it is metal atom because it ends with 1. So it will lose the outermost energy level electron, and it changes into, yes, it will change into positive ion. So during the chemical reaction, sodium atom Na1123 loses 1 electron and changes into positive ion. Here in the first space we will write loses, and here in the second space we will write positive. It will change into positive. I will change the color of the answer to be shown that it is the answer in red. The number of electrons in the outermost shell of magnesium Mg1224 atom is. Here in this question you have to draw the electronic configuration of magnesium atom Mg12, which will be 2, 8, and 2. Here if you draw the electronic configuration of magnesium atom, it will be 2, 8, and 2. So it is metal, it will lose 2. The number of electrons in the outermost shell will be 2. Here we will write in that space 2. Just 2. While that of magnesium ion is, of course, when it loses 2 electrons, the outermost energy level will be completely filled with electron, which means 8. Which means 8 electrons. Here we have to write 8. We have to write it because magnesium atom contains 12 electrons, 2, 8, and 2. So it ends with 2. The first space, the answer will be 2. Number of electrons in the outermost shell of magnesium atom is 2, while of magnesium ion is 8 because it will lose 2 and change into positive ion. The outermost energy level will be completely filled with electron, which means 8 electrons. Here in the second type of the question, now we have finished the first type of the question, which was complete. Now complete the following statements. Now we will answer the second type of the question, which is write the scientific term for each of the following. The scientific term, you know the questions of scientific term, you will write one or more or two, one or two words. The atom which gained an electron or more during the chemical reaction. Yes, when an atom gained an electron, it will change into Of course, negative ion. When an atom gain, it will change into negative ion. So here the answer will be negative ion. And here the scientific term for an atom when it gained an electron or more, it will change into negative ion. And here the atom which lost an electron or more, yes, when an atom lose one electron or more during the chemical reaction, it will change into positive ion. Here the answer will be positive ion. Because the number of electrons will be less than the number of protons, so it will be positive. Here elements do not participate in chemical reaction due to the completeness of their outermost energy level. Of course, we mean here noble gases, because noble gases do not share in any chemical reaction, because the outermost energy level is completely filled with electrons, so you write noble gases. Here we will write noble gases. Now we will go to answer the third type of the question, which is give reasons for. When an atom gains an electron or more during the chemical reaction, it becomes negative. Yes. When an atom gains one or more question, an electron or more or one or more during the chemical reaction, it becomes negative. And this is because the number of electrons will be more than the number of protons. The answer will be like that, because you will write the answer. I will write the answer now, because the number of electrons will be more than the number of protons. That's why it will be negative, or it will form negative, because the number of electrons will be more than the number of protons. And here in the second question, give reason for. Both aluminum ion and nitrogen ion have the same number of electrons. Yes, here we have to draw the electronic configuration of aluminum. It will be 2, 8, and 3. And the electronic configuration of nitrogen, which will be 2 and 5. So, aluminum will lose 3 electrons to complete the outermost energy level. And the nitrogen will gain 3 electrons to complete the outermost energy level. So, both of them will have 8. The answer will be because you see I have made a mistake. Okay. The answer B, because aluminum atom will lose 3 electrons and nitrogen atom will gain 3 electrons. And each one of them will end with, yes, their electrons. So both aluminum ion and nitrogen ion have the same number of electrons because each one of them will lose or gain. The first will lose 3 electrons and will be 2 and 8, and the second will gain 3 electrons and be 2 and 8 also. So here nitrogen atom will gain, yes, 3 electrons, 3, not there, 3. Yes, I will mark the answer with red, yes, to be clear. Here, the bond in magnesium oxide, MgO, is an ionic bond. Here the answer will be like that. Mg, or magnesium, Mg, loses 2 electrons and change into positive ion. So Mg loses 2 electrons and it changes into a positive ion. Then oxygen gains the lost electrons and changes into negative ion. And electrostatic attraction between positive ion and negative ion. So the bond in magnesium oxide is an ionic bond because Mg loses 2 electrons and it changes into positive ion. Oxygen gains the lost electrons and it changes into the negative ion. Then electrostatic attraction between positive ion and negative ion. Here the last question in give reason. The bond in hydrogen molecule is a single covalent bond. Of course, the bond in hydrogen molecule is a single covalent because each atom, yes, because each atom shares the other atom with one electron. So here the answer will be each atom shares the other atom with one electron. Here in single covalent bond, each hydrogen atom shares the other atom with one electron. And here number 4, mention the properties of metals. You can write what you know about the properties of metals. Here I will write they are good conductor of heat and electricity. I will write they have metallic luster. I will write they have high melting point. You can write they have high boiling point. You can write they are solids and gases except mercury. They are solids except mercury, which is liquid. Yes, they are solids except mercury, which is liquid. Yes, and you can write here, yes, they are solids except mercury, which is liquid. They are good conductor of heat and electricity. They have metallic luster, or they are shiny. And you can write they are ductile. And here we have the properties of metals. I will mark them with red to be clear that the answer will be They are good conductors of heat and electricity. They have metallic luster. They are solids except mercury, which is liquid. They are ductile and malleable. Yes, and they are malleable and ductile. I forgot to write malleable. Please write malleable. Yes, we have finished the first exercise, which was on lesson 1. I hope you understand the questions, and please study well the lesson and try to answer question on lesson 1 from the school book or the binder or the sheet on your PC or your classmate to understand more. Okay, and see you in lesson 2. Bye bye.